Hey Kieran, I looked around and I did find a chord chart for Elton John the One. So I'll put that in the description to this video. The chord chart though I think is like a little bit too complicated. So normally when I learn songs like this I like to try to keep it simpler. So anyways, you definitely need to know bar chords for this song. I'm going to show how I've got it so far. And hopefully that will get you started, and then you can kind of like, so what I like to do when I learn a song like this is kind of learn the minimal way of doing it before I try to add in fancier chords. Just because you can get really caught up on like trying to play every slash chord, and then you start to go a little crazy. And in this case, I just play like what I'm thinking I hear that sounds good, and then maybe I'd start to go through and refine it. But so you're going to need to know some bar chords. I'll just play along and then I'll pause it and explain what I'm doing. So starts out with D, D major, and then you go to like C. You can kind of add notes like this. This is the very beginning. The very beginning, what I'm doing is strumming a D major chord, 0, 2, 3, 2. I'm just kind of strumming like random, like down, up. Actually, I'm going down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and then I'm going to C9, C add 9. And I like to take my pinky away and do second fret up here. It just kind of fits the mood of what's happening. So D. Pinky down on the top string on 3rd fret, take your middle finger and put it on 3 right here. You switch between these two chords. Now I to go to that. Push. You don't have to do those toggles, adding notes, but yeah, I just go to this. So that's the beginning. I'll keep going. D, out in the ocean. You go back to this. D, running fast along the sand. G, G minor. The spirit born of earth and water. E flat. Fire flying from your hand. So I'll kind of like mumble the words as I go, but so when the lyrics start, you go D. I saw you dancing out in the ocean. You do C. That's C like this with 3, the same one I was doing on the intro. 3. This is muted. 0, 3, 3. This is called C add 9. So one more time. I saw you dancing out in the ocean. You go to this one. Do it again, running fast along the, but now instead of putting your middle finger right there, you go to regular G. Sand. Here's where you need your first bar chord, G minor. A spirit born of earth and water. You go to E flat, so this is G minor. 3, 5, 5, 3, 3, 3. Spirit born of earth and water. This is E flat, 6, 8, 8, 8. Stand there, fire flying from your hand. So you go up to F, 8, 10, 10, 10. So let me do this one more time, because one thing, when you're learning a song like this, if you learn the beginning, a lot of times it makes learning more of it a lot easier. The most discouraging thing is when you can't even get started. So I'm just going to play everything I did so far. I'm going to move a little faster after this. So intro. C add 9. When it starts, you go to D. Saw you dancing out in the ocean. You go to C. Running fast along the G. G minor, earth and water, E flat, firefly, and then up to F. I'll keep going, the new part, B flat, instant that you love, E flat, F, in the second that the hammer hits, B flat, A flat, reality runs up your spine, G, C minor, finally fit. I'm probably totally singing horrible right now, but I'm not a singer. Okay, so if you look at this chord chart, it's kind of helpful, but they have like an F7, they have a lot of stuff, you don't need all that. So the last chord we had on the verse before it was F. That's a fire flying from your hands. Then skip to F7, you don't need that, just go to B flat. And then in the instant that you, then E flat, love someone. E flat, so this was B flat, 6, 8, 8, 7, 6, 6. E flat, 6, 8, 8, 8. Then we go up to F again. In the second that the hammer hits, you go back to B flat. Then we go to A flat. So slide down from 6 to 4, the same shape. So 4, 6, 6, 5, 4, 4. Then reality runs up your spine. You go to G. Then you go to C minor. It says F over A, C, G7 over B. Just skip all that. Just go to C minor. And the piece is finally fit. So let me do it again and call out the chords. This is a pretty hard song. I'll just do it again. I'll just play through from the first verse. I'm not going to do the intro again. So here's from the first verse. D, dancing out in the ocean, C at 9. Running fast along the sand, G. G minor, spirit born of earth and water, E flat. Fire flying from your hands, F. Flat means that you love someone. F in the second that the hammer, B flat. A flat, reality runs up, G, spine. And the C minor says finally fit, F. I'll keep going. B flat, and I've never needed what, G7. Like freedom feels with what, G minor, says from B flat, F sharp, collide, B flat and A flat, does block the sun, E flat, B flat, actually there we need a C minor, so that part, I got caught up there because I'm reading this chord chart right now because they have a bunch of slash chords that we don't need. So this part, the verse that starts, and all I ever needed was the one, you do B flat. Then you go D7, G minor, B flat. Then there's an F sharp, which is a new chord. So you gotta go down to 2, 4, 4, 3, 2, 2. That's when stars collide. Back up to B flat, which is 6th fret major shape. Then it says A flat over B flat. I would just play A flat. No shadows. Block the sun. You go up to E flat. So what threw me off there is don't play B flat over D. Just go straight to C minor. Now the next chord, like you can strum C minor for this whole part, C minor 7, so C minor is 8, 10, 10, 8, 8, 8. Or what actually sounds good here is to go C minor. I just play C minor. C minor 7 tends to not sound very good. So you could do that. That's just without your pinky. 8, 10, 8, 8, 8, 8. The next chord does sound good. C minor 7 over F. You can go. It's just a little bit hard to do, but it's 8, 8, 8, 8, starting on the A string. It really does have that sound there, so you could just be like. So let me play that verse again because I kind of screwed it up. This song's hard though, so hopefully you know bar chords pretty well because there's not really any way around it for a song like this. Because even if I put a capo on somewhere, there would definitely need to be bar chords in it. So then one chord I didn't explain before I do this is D7. So D7, you want to do 5, 7, bar on 5, and then pinky on 7, and then bar on 5. So it's 5, 7, 5, 7, 5. So now you'll see that chord, and then F sharp is down here, 2nd fret, 2, 4, 4, 3, 2, 2. And then that C minor thing I was just explaining. And then we're going to go to B flat. So let me play it again, and I'll call out the chords. This is a hard one. This would be really hard for most of my students in real life. Oops, I gotta go back a tiny bit. And the piece says C minor finally fit. And the next verse starts. And I'll let B flat was the one. D7. G minor like the fruit fields where wild horses run. B flat. F sharp collide like you and B flat. A flat, flat, the sun, E flat, skip the B flat, C minor, baby you're the one, B flat. Then you go back to the, stay on B flat, then you go back to the intro. You go back to the first verse, so the D, back to the beginning, but skip the so on B flat, A flat, G, C minor. Yeah, so you just repeat everything except for the intro. B flat was the one, back to was the one, G minor, like freedom feels for wild horse. B flat. F sharp, B flat, A flat, B flat, skip the B flat, C minor. Then there's a solo, so I just repeated everything. Chart. So D and C. I'm just playing D and C9. Out here we need G. The solo chords are wrong though. So the solo chords in the chord chart are wrong. What I would do instead is play. What you actually want to do is replay the verse chords, like the first verse chords for the solo. Because he's missing the G minor, so I would just ignore what he wrote for the solo. Instead, you want to go back and play the verse chords, like the I Saw You Dancing on the Ocean, so D, C9, D, and then G. This is for the solo part, G minor. meant for the solo. I don't know. There's an instrumental part that does those chords. This is around 3:30. Then you go back after that and repeat the All I Ever Needed. You skip the B flat, C minor over F, then we repeat it, so we're doing it again, feels where wild horses run, B flat, F sharp, twice. Okay, so this is the ending. The ending chords are B flat, D, B flat, so the last part, the last bit, the outro, you want to go B flat, so 6th fret major shape, D, that's D major 5-7-7-7, you slide it over half step to E flat 6-8-8-8, then we got C minor. Okay, yeah, there is a little F in there, so. So the outro should be B flat. I couldn't tell, I heard an F in the bass. You could either do that, or you could do it. Let me just play along one more time, this last bit. Yeah, it's F. I thought it was maybe C minor over F. This is the outro. E flat, C minor, F, B flat. You just keep doing this. B flat, D major, E flat, C minor, F. So that's a really hard song. Like, this is a good one if you're learning bar chords. It would be a good challenge. So one chord I think I covered was C minor. It's 3-5-5-4-3. So one more time, the outro, B flat, D, E flat, C minor. You could go to F up here, but it sounds like it goes lower, so that's why I played it here. 1-3-3-2-1-1. Now, one last thing for the strumming for this song, I kind of was doing the same pattern probably the whole song, like. It just kind of has the rhythm of it, but I mean, you could just strum like. You could do really slow strums, or you could go. There's not really like a set rhythm for this because there's not rhythm guitar in the background. But I think it sounds cool to go. That kind of thing. So anyways, hope that was helpful. Sorry my singing's really bad, but I'm not a singer. So I just was singing to kind of show you where I was at. And it took 20 minutes to explain this, and I still don't feel like it was that clear because it's a hard one. So if you have questions, just leave some comments. Okay, bye.